Welcome back to Car Scope. Today we're diving into a complete review of the all-new 2026 Suzuki S-Cross, one of the most talked about compact SUVs of the year. If you're considering a practical, efficient, and versatile crossover with a strong value proposition, then stick with us because we're going into every detail from exterior design to performance, interior comfort, pricing and real-world impressions. When you first lay eyes on the 2026 Suzuki S-Cross, you notice how Suzuki has refined its design language to balance rugged SUV appeal with everyday usability. The front end greets you with a bold grille and sleek LED headlights that frame the Suzuki emblem with confidence. These lights aren't just for looks, they offer improved illumination and modern styling cues that give the S-Cross a mature presence on the road. The bumper lines and lower intakes are muscular but restrained, showing that this crossover is ready for urban streets as much as weekend adventures. IDRSS (1/2) Carbo. Walking around the side, it's clear Suzuki has hit a sweet spot in proportions. At roughly 4.30 meters long, 1.78 meters wide and 1.58 meters tall, the S-Cross is big enough to feel substantial yet compact enough to handle tight city spaces with ease. There's a calm sophistication to the silhouette and no overly dramatic slopes or gimmicks, just thoughtful lines that flow from the front to the rear. The wheel arches are slightly flared, and with standard 17-inch wheels, it feels ready for both daily driving and gravel trails. IDRSS (1/2) Carbo. At the back, the S-Cross carries its design cues with honesty. The tail lamps are distinctive, the rear bumper is solidly built, and Suzuki has kept practicality in mind. A subtle roof spoiler enhances aerodynamics, while the tailgate offers easy access to cargo space. It may not be the flashiest rear end in its class, but it's clean, purposeful, and functionally exactly what you want from a crossover that aims to be a reliable daily driver. IDRSS (1/2) Carbo. Slide into the interior and you're welcomed by a cabin that's practical and user-friendly. Suzuki hasn't chased ultra-premium looks, but everything feels solid and well laid out. Controls are intuitive, buttons are easily reachable, and the infotainment screen sits proudly in the center. In higher trim levels, you get a large 9-inch touchscreen that supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with navigation and a 360-degree camera system that makes parking and tight maneuvers a breeze. IDRSS (1/2) Vision Mobility. The front seats are comfortable for long journeys, and the rear seats offer generous legroom and headroom for passengers. Practical touches like multiple cup holders, storage bins, and USB ports make life on the road easier. Suzuki has prioritized function over flash, but that works in your favor, especially when organization and ease of use are high on your list of priorities. IDRSS (1/2) Carbo. Cargo space in the Suzuki S-Cross is competitive for the class. With the rear seats upright, you get around 430 liters of storage, enough for groceries, suitcases, or weekend gear, and with the seats folded down, that expands substantially. The load floor is largely flat, and Suzuki has thoughtfully provided tear-downs and compartments to keep items secured on the move. IDRSS (1/2) Carbo. Now let's talk performance. The 2026 Suzuki S-Cross is offered with a range of efficient petrol engines paired with hybrid technology. Most commonly you'll find a 1.4-liter booster jet turbo mild hybrid unit producing around 129 horsepower and paired with a 48-volt system for improved efficiency. There's also a 1.5-liter dual-jet hybrid variant that brings even better fuel economy figures. Combined fuel consumption is rated from about 5.3 to 6.1 liters per 100 kilometers depending on configuration. IDRSS (1/2) Auto. Suzuki. The +1 acceleration won't blow your hair back. It's designed for smooth everyday performance, not racetrack thrills, but traffic merging, city driving, and highway cruising are all comfortably handled. The mild hybrid system supports the petrol engine during acceleration and helps reduce fuel consumption during steady cruising. If you opt for all-wheel drive with the All-Grip Select system, you get enhanced traction in slippery conditions, a rare and appreciated option in this segment. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Carwodata. On the road, the S-Cross feels mature yet relaxed. The suspension is tuned for comfort, absorbing bumps and imperfections with surprising composure. Steering feedback is light and confidence-inspiring at lower speeds, though some might notice more body roll through tight corners compared to sportier rivals. If your priority is calm cruising rather than aggressive handling, the Suzuki delivers exactly that. Real-world drivers also note that above speeds of about 130 km/h, you might hear more road and wind noise than in more expensive rivals, something to be aware of if you're often cruising at autobahn speeds. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Carwodata +1. Fuel efficiency in everyday use tends to be slightly higher than the official figures, especially on longer trips or at higher speeds, but most owners find it well within expectations for this class of hybrid SUV. Real-world averages around 6.5 a 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers are common, depending on driving style and conditions. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Carwodata +1 safety and technology features are solid for the price. Lane departure warnings, traffic sign recognition, adaptive cruise control and a suite of driver aids come standard or optional depending on trim level. These systems work together to make daily driving less stressful and more secure. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Vision mobility and now pricing a critical factor for many buyers. In Germany, the Suzuki S-Cross starts in the mid to a high €20,000 range for base models, with higher trims and additional technology nudging prices toward the upper €30,000 mark. Full hybrid versions or models equipped with all-wheel drive are at the top end of the spectrum. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Carwodata +1. What does all this mean for you as a potential buyer? The 2026 Suzuki S-Cross isn't the flashiest, nor the most expensive crossover out there, but it offers a compelling mix of practicality, efficiency, and everyday usability. It's a vehicle that suits families, commuters, and anyone who wants reliable mobility without paying premium prices. The interior might not have all the luxury trimmings of higher-end rivals, but its simplicity is part of its charm and no unnecessary complexity, just functional design that works. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Carwodata. So after spending time with this SUV, what's the verdict? The Suzuki S-Cross is a smart choice if you value reliability, fuel efficiency, and sensible packaging above all else. It's not for drivers seeking sports car thrills, but for those who want a comfortable, capable, and well-rounded SUV that gets the job done day in and day out. Thanks for watching this full review on CarScope. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the 2026 Suzuki S-Cross, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more detailed car reviews, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop your questions about the S-Cross in the comments, we read them all and will help you pick the right car for your needs. See you in the next video.